Hi, welcome all. In this video, we shall be discussing about problem of circular convolution. We shall explain the steps involved in finding the circular convolution of two signals. Okay, let us consider a numerical example of finding circular convolution of two signals. The problem is this: find the circular convolution between two signals x1 of n, which is 2 1 2 1, and x2 of n, which is 1 2 3 and 4. So we have to find out the circular convolution. Okay. The first step is this: we will represent these signals by signals on a circle. That's the first step. So to represent the first signal x1 of n, we will draw a circle. Then we use the counterclockwise direction to represent the values of the signal. So the first value is 2 here, the second value 1 is here. We choose the counterclockwise direction. Then 2, then 1. Okay, to represent, then we have to represent the second signal, that is x2 of n, on the same way, but in the opposite direction, right? So we represent the signal in the clockwise direction, that is 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here. Okay, so this will give the first, this will give the first value of the signal, that is, we'll use a different color just to make it more clear. So we'll consider the signal x3 of n, which is obtained by the circular convolution, which is nothing but summation n equal to 0 to 3 x1 of n into x2 of minus n. So this is how we define it. So x3 of 0 is obtained by like this. First we have to represent this thing. So to get x3 of 0, we must have the product sequence first. So the product sequence, okay, better we draw it outside or just below it. This is also okay. The product sequence will be like this. Here we have to multiply 2 and 1, giving the first value as 2. Then we have to multiply 1 with 4, giving the second value 4. Then 2 with 3, giving 6 here. Then 1 with 2, giving 2 here. Thus we obtained the product sequence for 0 value. Now what we have to do is we have to find the sum. So that is 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 4, that is 14. So this is the first value of the sequence, right? Now we have to find out x3 of 1. Okay, now we will find out x3 of 1. x3 of 1. As before, we begin with the first sequence, that is x1 of n. We represent the sequence x1 of n on a circle in the counterclockwise direction, that is 2 1 2 1. Next we have to represent the shifted version of the second signal around this. So we will represent like this, the shifted version. So we have to shift that in the counterclockwise direction by 1 unit. So we'll shift like this. So our sequence starts at this point, that is 1 here. then 2 here, then 3 here, and 4 here. Okay, please remember that the second sequence x2 of n must be written in the counterclockwise direction, right? And the first signal, sorry, I went wrong. x2 of n must be written in the clockwise direction, but shift must be in the clockwise, anti-clockwise or counterclockwise direction. Fine. Now the next step is get the product sequence. Once we represent both the signals on the circle, we obtain the product sequence. So 2 into 2, 4, 1 into 3, 3 here, 2 into 4, 8 here, and 1 into 1, 1 here. Then we have to find out the sum, giving x3 of 1 is equal to 1 plus 4 plus 3 plus 8 equals 16. Correct? Now we'll find out x3 of 2. So to find x3 of 2, first we have to represent the first sequence x1 of n, x1 on the circle in the counterclockwise direction. In this counterclockwise direction. Once again, we represent that in the counterclockwise direction by 2, 1, 2, 1. There is no change. Next we have to draw or represent the second sequence around it, and we have to shift the second sequence by 2 units in the counterclockwise direction. So we will shift like this, so by 2 units. So this is the shift of the second signal. Now we start representing here, that is 1, then we represent the signal in the clockwise direction, 2, then 3, then 4. As before, we find the product sequence. The product sequence will be 2 into 3, that is 6, 2 into 3, that is 6, 1 into 2, that is 2 here, then 1 into 2, that is again 2 here, then 1 into 4, that is 4 here. Now we have to find out the sum of this sequence, that is 6 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2, which is 14. Fine. Right. Finally, we will find out x3 of 3. So to find x3 of 3, as we have done earlier, we will represent our first signal x1 of x1 in the counterclockwise direction, starting at this point. So that is 2, 1, 2, 1. Next step is to represent the second sequence around it. In the clockwise direction, but we have to make a shift of 3 units. So that means we have to shift by 3 units. Up to this means 1 unit, 2 units, then up to this means 3 units. So we must start at this point, and starting at this point we must represent in the clockwise direction. The values are 1, 2, 3 and 4. Hope you understood. Once we represent these two signals, we will obtain the product sequence as before. 2 into 4 gives 8, 1 into 3 gives 3 here, 2 into 2 gives 4 here, 1 into 1 gives 1 here. Now x3 of 3 is just the sum of this product sequence, that is 8 plus 1 plus 4 plus 3. 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 plus 4 13, 13 plus 3, that is 16. So thus we have obtained all the values of the sequence x3 of n obtained by convolution, circularly convolving x1 of n with the x2 of n. This we will write the final sequence. X3 of n is, the first value is 14, next value is 16, right? The next value is 14 and the next value is 16. So this is how we obtain the we find the circular convolution.